This is the Smith & Wesson SW604 model, 3.5 inch folding knife, not spring assisted. The blade material is 8CR13MOV, which in my experience is pretty good stuff, and this was $20 at knifecenter.com, so pretty good price at first, just based on what you get, the material you get, and the size of the whole thing. Comes with a nice length of coiled paracord back here. I've not unraveled that to see exactly how long it is, but just goes ahead through the lanyard there. These are, I believe, G10 scales or something comparable. They're fine, they're milled. Got some carbon inlay going here, which is just glued into place, I believe, none on the other side. But the construction is pretty nice. It's beefy enough. The handle is, get a good grip on that. I like the thickness of it. Ergonomics feel pretty good. Pocket clip is a little bit paper clip like a giant paper clip, but it's not too uncomfortable. Actually doesn't bite in. It's soft enough around the edges. The diameter of that rod that they use is large enough, and with the chrome coating, just doesn't bite into your hand at all. Has a little bit of springiness. You can easily hold this from farther back, choke up on it pretty nicely. I personally don't like the design of the fullers that they put into here, the fullering that they've put into the blade on just this one side. It's not matched on the other side, and I guess it's supposed to go with this, but just aesthetically it's not very pleasing to me. I like the design of the blade itself, though. Beyond that, they've taken quite a lot of material off. They've got the 3 separate grinds with the false edge back here to give it a good stabbing capability. This is a Western Tonto kind of design, drop slash clip point, both, I guess, together. I don't know, a little bit of a hybrid design, but it came from the factory, nice and sharp, ready to go. It's a little bit rough, not the finest of micro edge there, but just a little bit of honing will work perfectly well on that. The action is pretty confident. It's got thumb studs also, so if you prefer to use a thumb stud, you can, but it's very straightforward. Locks very nicely. It has that good secure sound. It just feels like it's landing properly. Sounds like a more expensive knife than it is. The flipper is kind of small, but it works, especially if you give it just a little bit of flick to help with that. Maybe if you're trying to be a little bit easier, gentler, without the spring assist, it might not be the best thing for you. You might prefer the thumb stud, but if you're willing to give it a little, respectable amount of flick, then that works just fine. Lands nicely, good and tight, maybe even just a little bit on the tight side. Could be loosened up ever so slightly, but the fit and finish is good. It's solid. Really no complaints. I mean, for $20, I feel like I get, again, a good amount of good material here. Respectable design, should be easy to use over time. Like I said, the material is good for resharpening, is decent edge retention. For light to medium use, it will need to be touched up. Feels safe to me. I really don't have any complaints about it, other than, I guess, the fact that it's just slightly tight right now, but I can just adjust that myself. And also just the design of this, just to the eye, isn't that good with the dual fullering design. But otherwise, I feel like I got at least what I paid for here, so I'm happy with that.